I ride since 2016. I used to race and I didn't like the spirit with everyone there, you know, always racing. You don't have any friends to enjoy the ride with them. So I changed to ride BMX and I felt way better in this kind of spirit. So if you mix motocross and BMX, it's freestyle. A couple months ago, no one knows me, I think. I'm not very good on social media, so it's kind of strange to show up at X Games and I won a medal.
Julian Van Sippen, the gold medalist.
I gave my best on the last one. I was focused to go upside down and I did it. I'm Julian Van Sippen, I'm the new guy. It's time for me to do like kind of big show and competition and show what I can do.
They heard me spit it on the track, they said temp the rhymes fire. I would virus up my PC just to cop the shit on LimeWire. This is for my peoples who was dialing up for internet and coding up on MySpace before we got on Twitter yet. Before Facebook and Instagram, I was listening to jams on my Walkman, so dial up turned to broadband. Before we ever had to think of working 9 to 5, it was solitaire and Minesweeper, Windows 95. Talking back when TRL would give us something to bop to sort of rap.
Talking about nerves and pressure, we have a newcomer to freestyle here at the X Games. This is Julian Van
Sippen. When Happy Meals had McNuggets in costume. So put your hands up if you had Dunkaroos at snack time, Lunchables and...
The FMX run is kind of the goal I want, but base whip is also something I really like. I've been riding motocross, so I used to whip a lot.
One time for the millennials. One time for the millennials.
Oh my God. Yes, that is insane.
One time for the millennials.
It's gonna go to Julian Van Sippen.
There was Fox Kids where we was watching Pinky.
No one is really riding freestyle in Belgium. It's hard to get a place to ride alone, just by myself, so it's good to be here riding with all the guys. In USA is the place to be if you want to ride and do freeride stuff and freestyle stuff.
Welcome, you've got mail.
Loretta has been on video for many years. I've watching so many videos from there, like all the guys, Carmichael, Pastrana, Stewart. When you come from Europe, it's just crazy. It's huge, so many people, so many riders. Compared to Europe, it's way different. Like people are pumped to watch the show and all the kids are pumped. Everyone throwing down, so I was sick. Don't realize yet, you know, to be here in America doing shows for Monster Energy and with all the guys. So man, it's just crazy. It's like a movie for me to be here.
Beanie Babies, Pogs, Polly Pocket, Mighty Max, Green Ranger was the best Ranger. That's a 90s fact. Every Nick magazine, we would get a new poster. Hell, I love the 90s more than Kellogg's on shoulder.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if I can come back, for sure I will. For sure I will try to ride more, practice more, have more tricks, bigger whips.
Are you the new guy?
Hey?
Are you the new guy?
I don't know. Let's see. Maybe. Hopefully.
One time for the millennials. One time for the millennials. One time for the millennials.
I don't remember a day in my life that I've been comfortable. I've always had that goal line ahead of me of accelerating what I do, my craft, and what I bring to this world, what I leave behind, and how I get to the next level. I don't believe in perfection, I believe in striving to perfection, and I believe the pursuit for perfection is always an ongoing struggle that any great athlete, creator, artist, designer needs to stay hungry for in order to achieve that greatness and achieve perfection. My name is Ferris Rafoli. I design architecture, interior design, and luxury products. More simply put, I design a fantasy lifestyle for people to experience and enjoy through design. I think that everyone wants to leave behind memories, right? Or leave behind a legacy that their family and friends and people who know them can relate to. And I try to create personal goals in short term, knowing that in long term, there'll be a story, there'll be a legacy, and there'll be a fingerprint on everything that I've done. And I like to focus on the day-to-day milestones that will then give you a story and leave you a story and fingerprint and legacy behind to speak of. I live by the philosophy that great design can only be born at the meeting point of art and science. You know, we could take this house that I live in today. The artistic design, the touch, the feel, the look is obviously hugely important, but equally important, and what some people don't actually recognize, is the science behind what it takes to create that beautiful space, object, or item. The science behind design and how things come together, assembly, materials, are equally important as the craft of designing artistically and making things beautiful. The byfactor of that is greatness, or what people can't put their finger on. It's like, wow, how did he do that? Or wow, look at that, you know, how beautiful that is. Rolls-Royce is an example of how art and science are the perfect marriage, and when they're both met equally, you end up with the brilliant product. The artistic design, the fearless thinking to continue to push milestones beyond what's even imaginable. Each individual has a different interpretation of what luxury is. To me, luxury is time. We can't design it, we can't recreate it, we can't purchase it. When it's gone, it's gone. So in the moment that you are experiencing a beautiful space or driving a beautiful car or whatever it is to you that is luxurious, it's the feeling that it evokes that leaves you with that memory. It's how you spend your time. It's the spaces that you're in that make you feel good. That's luxury to me.
Bethesda is like the spiritual home of free thinkers. It's a sort of vast landscape that's almost biblical in magnitude. The harshness of it makes you a much more thoughtful and spiritual person. It's almost an oasis for people who are innovative in their thinking. Because to survive on such a land means you have to be stronger. You have to look for answers in non-traditional ways. This seems to be a place that is a magnet for people who want to express themselves and makes it a visually interesting place to be as a photographer. To my friends in America, if they wanted to find an area that was quirky, warm, creative, and in the middle of a fantastic land, I would say come to New Bethesda, because that's where they would find it all together in one small, wonderful place.
October 11th, 2002. On Capitol Hill, the Senate joins the House in authorizing U.S. military force against Iraq. Arizona Republican John McCain says Saddam Hussein must comply with the UN on giving up weapons of mass destruction, or else.
Allowing him to remain in power with the resources at his disposal would intolerably and inevitably risk American interests in a region of the world where threats to those interests affect the whole world.
But West Virginia Democrat Robert Byrd accuses the White House of a power grab.
The Bush administration wants that president to have the power to launch this nation into war without provocation and without clear evidence of an imminent attack on the United States. And we're going to be foolish enough to give it to him.
Also that same year, former President Jimmy Carter wins the Nobel Peace Prize, honored for years of peacemaking efforts. 1991. In Washington, Anita Hill testifies before a Senate panel about her claims that Supreme Court nominee Clarence Thomas sexually harassed her. Thomas denies the claims, denouncing the hearings as a high-tech lynching. The Senate ultimately confirms Thomas. 1962. Pope John XXIII convenes the Second Vatican Council, whose meetings reshape the Catholic Church. And 1975.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
The comedy sketch show Saturday Night Live premieres on NBC. Today in History, October 11th. Camille Bohannon, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,